Hi. How is everybody doing tonight? Oh, okay, so last weekend Hunter was sick. We weren't. We ended up catching it. And so we had been sick this past week. Um, we Yesterday I still had a little bit of the body aches. Today I'm feeling a little better. Slight cough every now and then, not bad. Jeff's still got a pretty bad cough from it. But other than that, we're doing, okay. Um, I had a customer come by today and bought two of my tinctures, so that was really cool. She said that she was in the area, so that she would thought she would call and see if she could come by and just grab some stuff, and so that was really cool. So I sold 2 tinctures out of my office today. The dogs, of course, gave her the usual greeting. She walked away with paw prints on her beautiful long skirt. I feel horrible about that, but there's not much I can do, considering they already did it. So the other thing that I have been doing, and let me shut the door real quick. Hi, guys. Can I put you in there? Oh, no, now you're stuck with the mom. Oh, no. Okay. Uh-uh. Uh-huh. Oh, no. Mm-mm. Move your tail. Go that way. I love you too. Go. You go over there. In a way, sorry, teddy bear is like right here driving me nuts because he smells my food. But so the other thing I have been doing is trying to get some of my tinctures and stuff stocked up. I've actually got my new little heat gun here that I'm going to try out and see how that works. That's what I've been working on. Had to get some more tinctures started because I was out after I got those filled. I'm still out of some, but I'm also out of vodka. So I've got to go buy some more vodka so I can make some of the tinctures that I'm out of. Um, Not technically out of. I have a couple left in my closet for sale, but that's about it. Hi, Jerry. How you doing, hon? But so that's where I am is out of vodka, and I still have four four tinctures that I've got to get mixed up. So, but I will get the safety seals put on these with the heat gun and get those in the closet. I will update the Etsy. And I know, Rick, can you believe that? Out of vodka. That sucks. But I'm not a vodka drinker in a way, so I mean, it doesn't matter to me that I'm out of vodka as far as the drinking wise. It does matter to me that I am out of vodka because of my tinctures, and so that part sucks. Um, well, hey, by the time you get here, we will have vodka. I promise. I think I still have some of my they may have drank it already, I don't know, but I think there was still some of the salted caramel Old Smoky downstairs that I like to mix with my Dr. Peppers every once in a blue moon, literally once in a blue moon. I think I maybe drank a little bit, like one time out of that, and then the rest has been Dakota and Jeff. So I haven't gotten a whole lot out of that. Tequila. What can you mix tequila with? Oh, Jerry, I know. I know. It was, like, really nice, like, up in the 50s and 60s here for, like, a week or 2, and then, um, yesterday or the day before yesterday, we ended up getting 3 inches of snow, and then today, it kind of melted it all, most of it, not all of it, but most of it, and and so that's yeah, it's supposed to warm back up, and so hopefully it'll melt all that, and we won't have to worry about any more snow. Um, Anybody know if the groundhog even seen a shadow? I haven't heard. I've been so busy with being sick and other things. Taxes. I'm still working on taxes. I'm almost done though, but I hate taxes. I used to like them, but it's gotten to the point to where running my own business, it's hard, and I'm so afraid of messing up. And so, yeah, I don't know. But let's see. He did not see his shadow. So awesome. That's real awesome because that means no more 6 weeks of winter or something like that, however it goes. But okay, I told you guys last weekend about what Rose said about the uh the canopies at the fair. So and then you guys knew Hunter was sick, and then Jeff and I caught it this week. Well, right before Jeff technically started coming down with it, he was going over to our daughter's house to put in a new tub and new shower surround and some plumbing work. And he knew he was starting to get sick and that Hunter had been sick, so he was staying away from the grandkids and everything. Somehow they ended up coming down with it, and so now Bo and Vivian are sick, which totally sucks. But oh, you want to go see Dad? Okay. He wants to go see his dad. Mommy, I guess. Which is good for me in a way, so I don't like having him in here. Um, so, um, gives me a headache just thinking about what I'm about to tell you. Okay, several weeks ago, probably 2, 3 weeks ago, um, Trenton had messaged me that uh, Maya was driving him nuts and that I needed to go. I know, Jerry. Oh, I so know. We've got so many half-done projects around here. I would really like to get some done, but we have to get the freaking project house done. Anyway, getting the project house done kind of plays into what I'm getting ready to say. Oh, God. Okay. Trenton messaged me that I needed to come and get whatever I want to call her, is what his words was. Okay. And I said, why? And he said, because she's constantly nagging at him when he gets off work about him playing on the Xbox and not helping with the kids. And I'm sorry, but as a woman, him being a dad, he should help her with the kids. He should spend time with his wife and kids when he gets home from work, not go straight to the Xbox. Sorry, that's how I feel. You don't like it, you don't have to watch me. Um, in a way, I'm sorry to use explicit language, but his exact words were, "If that's how you feel, you can go fuck yourself." He said that to me, his mother. He had never, ever talked to me like that before. Never. He's always been a huge mama's boy, has never said anything like that to me. So, um, he hung up on me. Me being extremely hurt, I said something back to him that I should not have said. I said, "I should have known that you were gonna turn out just like your sperm donor." That was my bad. I admit that was the wrong thing. I should not have said that. Well, him and Maya have kind of worked things out a little bit, okay? But Maya has ran into an issue for a long time now. She's 21 years old. She has never gotten her driver's license. Um, she is getting ready to get her ID and her base ID and everything renewed, but she wants it to have her married name on it. And I guess they won't take, like, the marriage license that she has to have. Yeah, I know, Jerry, I know. But I don't think there's ever such thing as getting projects done, but, she they won't take the marriage license to put her married name on it. She has to have a driver's license. So, what she's wanting to do is she was originally wanting to go back to California, but I think her parents moved to Arizona, so I think she would have technically been going to Arizona with her family. Um, the issue with that is they're all really busy, and they've got issues and things going on there. Not that we don't, but, um, so Maya is wanting to come here, and she's wanting us to teach her how to drive, get her driver's license, but she has got to be back in North Carolina by, sometime in April, for, Palmer's, doctor's appointment. The issue that I'm having is she okay, Jerry, I hope you find some. Um, if you can't find any, always check out Etsy, you may find some there. Um, yeah, hopefully you'll find them. eBay, they sell seeds, people sell seeds on there too. Um, I looked into a Greyhound bus ticket for her and the 2 babies, and it was going to be a 31 to a 40-hour trip. She can't do that. Not with her by herself with a 1.5-year-old and a 4-month-old. So, um, the other thing I thought was flying. Well, Maya doesn't technically want to fly with the 2 babies because she has stuff that she wants to bring with for them, like a playpen for a little man, stuff like that. So that's gonna be more baggage, for her to carry through an airport and all of that, plus she won't be able to bring everything that she's wanting to bring for them. So that would mean somebody driving down and picking her up. The problem with that is that would have to be me. Right. 'Cause Hunter is in school, and Jeff will have to be here to take care of the cows, put a bale out if needed, you know, stuff like that, because I can't drive the tractor. And so, he would have to stay here for that. And, since I told Maya that, she could stay here, I sorta kind of feel like it's my job to go get her in a way and not throw that on Jeff. He he does enough around here, and so, um thanks, Jerry. So, my other thing is maybe trying to start a car chain. I have got someone that will take her from the base to Raleigh, North Carolina. And then I have someone from Raleigh that is willing to drive her to Bluefield, West Virginia. But now I need someone near Bluefield, West Virginia that could drive her a couple of hours this way. And so that's where I'm at right now, is trying to find somebody that could drive her a couple of hours this way. Um, I haven't even checked to see how far it is. Jacksonville, Missouri to Bluefield, West Virginia. 10 hours and 53 minutes for me if I drive all the way there. That would be going to Columbia and pretty much looks like I-70 until, let's see, I-70 to I-64. And I guess there is a toll on that route. So, I mean, I would have to pay the toll and the gas money. But I would be going into Illinois, into Indiana, into Kentucky, and then into Bluefield, West Virginia. So, and the thing is I don't know, anybody in Kentucky. I already called Rob. He's in Western Kentucky. He wouldn't, ow, he wouldn't be able to do it. So I'm trying to find somebody in Eastern Kentucky that would be able to possibly drive into Bluefield, West Virginia, and, or somebody in West Virginia to drive them a few hours into Eastern Kentucky. And so that's where I'm stuck. Well, see, Rick, that's the other problem that they've ran into. Is they ran into some major financial issues. That house that they had was foreclosed, or that was being foreclosed on, was bought out by an investor. But for some reason, Trenton had to have um, he had to keep the homeowner's insurance on it for a little bit or something like that. Well, the house has been broken into twice. The back door was kicked in the first time, and then they screwed it shut. Well, then they kicked in the back glass of that door to get in. Um, Instead of trading the car he had in on the truck that he now has, he sold the car to a friend on the premise that the friend would take over payments. I guess the friend did take over payments for a little bit. Hi, Beth. How you doing, baby? Well, the friend has now quit making payments. And so now Trenton and Maya are having to make payments on that car that they don't even have. Um, so they've got the homeowner's insurance. Hi, Josh. How are you? They've got the homeowner's insurance on the house that they no longer live in. They have the car payment on the car that they no longer have. They are behind on their truck payment. And come to find out, Trenton did not have full coverage insurance on the motorcycle he was paying for. And so now he received a summons a couple of days ago from the local sheriff on that. So they've got, yes, they've got it rough. But Maya is wanting to come here. And my problem is driving all of it by myself. I have some, as I said before you got here, I have someone that'll take her from Camp Lejeune to Raleigh. And then I have someone in Raleigh that will take her from Raleigh to Bluefield, West Virginia. But it is still a 10-hour drive for me from here to Bluefield, West Virginia to pick her up. And so that's a 10-hour drive. And I don't know anyone. Hi, Hugo. And I don't know anyone in West Virginia that could drive her a couple of hours into Eastern Kentucky. So, but I think Caitlin was going to check on that, but I don't know. So it's just there's a little bit more to the story than I can say. Um, but Maya is wanting to come up here and have us teach her how to drive and get her driver's license. Um, so, and she's wanting to do that like now. I am. I am, baby. I'm trying to figure something out. Yes. And so, um, yeah, just trying to get her closer. Get her, if I could get her to, I don't know, like Eastern Kentucky, from West Virginia to Eastern Kentucky. Do any of you guys know anybody that lives in Eastern Kentucky that's trustworthy with a 21-year-old girl and a 1.5-year-old little pain in the butt, adorable pain in the butt? To show you something else. And a 4-month-old. Oh, she is. Oh, guys, Maya, uh, Trenton is told Maya that he doesn't want us. The other reason he doesn't want her to come up here is because he wants to. Thank you, Kevin. Okay. Josh, even if you could pick them up and bring them to your house, I could drive from here to your house and pick them up. But, yeah, the other thing is because Trenton's mad at me, he's trying to keep the kids from us. And so but she's trying to do the usual to where you guys can see it. That is my sweet little Auburn. She is she is beautiful. But okay. It would be, her and then the 2 kids. Okay. Hooga. Um, my son, Trenton. Okay, my son, Trenton, he thought I would be on his side a while back with an issue. I guess when he gets off work, he goes straight and plays his Xbox. And so Maya nags him about it because she wants him to spend time with her and to help out with the kids. And so Trenton was telling me this, and I of course took my aside. I was like, you should be spending time with your kids instead of spending, your entire time on the Xbox when you get home. Well, I don't know if he was having a bad day that day or what, but, and I'm quoting him, okay? So just letting you know, but his exact words were, if you feel that way, you can go fuck yourself. And then he hung up on me. Me being extremely hurt because he had never talked to me like that before. Trenton has always been a big mama's boy, has never talked to me like that at all. And so, um, and so, so, um, me being hurt, I said something to him that I should not have said. And I said, I should have known that you would turn out exactly like your sperm donor. I should not have said that, but I said it because he hurt me and I was trying to hurt him back. Definitely not right. I totally understand that. I will, Josh. Um, and so now Maya is wanting to come up here and get her driver. She wanting us to teach her how to drive and to get her driver's license. And I think also she hasn't said it, but I think maybe she needs a break and that maybe she thinks Trenton needs a break from the kids because she did say that he is always yelling at the kids because they're, crying. And, Abby's 1.5. She's cutting teeth. So yeah, she's crying. Palmer, he's 4 months old. He's gonna have his moments where he sits there and does a lot of crying too. And so I'm just, as I said, I'm trying to figure out how to get her here because the Greyhound bus was a 31 to a 40-hour drive. and so she can't do that, and Jeff and I, we don't have the $400 for the airplane ticket, and, you know, gas to get there and back, gas for my Kia would be 400 dollars, and, so and plus there's something wrong with the tire on the Kia right now. "Hi, Gary. How you doing?" And so I have to get the tire on the Kia fixed before we can do anything. And so it's just kind of like just stressed, just but my daughter Caitlin said, because she lives in Havelock, North Carolina. And so my daughter Caitlin said that she can get Maya from the base to Raleigh. And then my friend Jacob said that he can get, because he goes to West Virginia on the weekends to visit his kids. Well, he lives in Raleigh. And so he said that he can take them from Raleigh to West Virginia. And so now it's picking them up from West Virginia and getting them closer to here. But how far of a drive would that be for you, Josh, to go all the way into West Virginia, to Bluefield, West Virginia, from where you're at? And then, let's see. And then I can drive to your house and pick them up, or we could have maybe Jason and Beth go to your house and pick them up and take them back to their house, and then I could pick them up from their house. But it's just the West Virginia to Josh's house part that I need to figure out. I just can't believe Trenton's being like this, I mean, I've always been the one to support him, you know, um, wrote him constant letters when he was in boot camp. I was always there for everything, and just because I told him that he was wrong, he blew up the way he did and caused me to blow up the way I did, but I, he's never talked to me like that before. He's not, at least not to my face. He's never said anything like that to my face before. Actually, the only child of mine that had was Heather. Dakota and Caitlin and Trenton and of course Hunter had never said anything like that to me before. But Heather, she kind of, I can't, he's got me blocked. And uh, I'm just going to say it. Trenton's a narcissist. And if you've ever tried to talk to a narcissist, there's no talking to a narcissist. So 1,000 seeds for $10. Holy cow, Jerry. That's awesome. That's not bad at all. But I just, I don't know. I'm just hurt. I'm still hurt. Yeah, then you know, Hugo. You know, there's no talking to a narcissist. They're always right. You're always wrong. Everything is always everybody else's fault. Nothing is their fault. It's He'll see it as my fault because I told him he was in the wrong and that I took my side. So he'll see that as it being my fault, that he will, of course, have no fault in it. But I'll kind of see if I can figure out some. Okay, entering Indiana. I don't know how far from the exit. There's 80 miles and 110. So there's 190 miles plus 150. Josh, damn. One, there's 2 hours. Three, four, five. Josh, you're looking at like 6 hours one way if you go all the way there by yourself. Well, with Amy, of course, but maybe even 7 or 8, depending on, I don't know. Thanks, Jerry. He he used to call literally almost every day and tell me about his day or, let me speak to the kids, things like that. And so I haven't gotten to see or speak to the kids, since he got mad, and that was several weeks ago. But it is what it is. If I can at least get Maya up here and teach her how to drive and get her driver's license, and then from there we'll figure out some way of getting her home. But right now I'm just trying to figure out how to get her here. But her dad said that he would get her a car if she got her driver's license. And she's wanting to be able to make them some money because right now, okay, Jerry, because right now she, can't get a job, nothing, because they only have the one vehicle and, he needs it to go to work. And so she's stuck at home with the 2 kids and, she's not e her thought is that she went to college online and she is, doing this medical certification thing, and so if she can, get her driver's license, then she can get her certificate. Because I guess she needs her driver's license for them to send her the actual certificate or something like that, or maybe it hasn't gotten in the mail yet, or I don't know what that part of it too much. But she was thinking if she does get her driver's license, she could do some door dashing or something like that to help bring in a little bit of extra money because of the huge financial problem that Trenton has gotten himself into. So That's kind of where they're at right now. So, oh, wow. Hold on, I'm texting Josh back. Bluefield, West Virginia. From you. Because I don't know if he's still in here or not. So, but I've been working on, you know, as I said, been working on products. Um, I started working on getting my products together earlier to come out with a couple of new products, but then that woman called and wanted to come here to pick up the two of the other tinctures. And so then I got involved in kind of restocking my shelf with tinctures, and so the other products kind of got put to the side. But I'm going to be doing an herbal bug spray. I'm going to be getting some of my sunscreen out. Um, Sunscreen, bug spray. I am going to be doing a feminine spray for women. Well, Maya says that he doesn't have a choice. She says he doesn't want her to go, but she says that she needs to go and that she's coming up here. So I told her that, I don't want any of it to, cause more problems between them, because she said that Trenton thinks, oh my gosh, Josh, that's too far. We need to figure out some way of getting them from West Virginia closer to you. Um, I told her that I didn't want, any more problems, caused between them because they are, going through so much. But I guess Trenton told Maya that he thinks that we're going to make her stay up here and or make her leave him. And I was like, no. I was like, one, I was like, you're over the age of 18, which makes you an adult. And I said, two, you're his wife. You know, I wouldn't do that. And Trenton should know I wouldn't do that. And that's another thing that hurts is because he's not thinking straight or something because he should know me. He should know I'm not like that. So I don't know. I'm hoping, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, she will. My daughter Caitlin would pick him up from base and drive him to Raleigh. Maya would, you know, um, I think she needs a break. She hasn't come out and said it, but I think that she just needs a little bit of a break. And I think she knows that the kids need a break from the constant yelling and stuff like that because she did say that Trenton yells at them a lot. So, but yeah, she will. Her problem is that she she doesn't want to get on a plane because she wants to come up here and stay for about a month, and she will need so much for them for that month that she can't take everything she needs for them on a plane. And if she done the Greyhound bus route, that is a 31 to a 40-hour trip. And that would be her by herself. Oh, with 5 transfers. Okay, so it would be her by herself with a 1.5-year-old, a 4-month-old, and 5 bus transfers. And so, hello, Himby Heritage Farms. Beth, I want to say I don't think so, but I honestly don't know anymore because I never thought that he would say what he said to me, you know? And so I don't know. I mean, as I said, I want to say I don't think they're in danger. But if Trenton's acting and changing the way he is, in anger, I don't know. You know, I mean, I honestly don't know. I know that if she does come up here, he's going to pull the suicide card. He's done it before when she went to visit her parents for a couple of weeks. He pulled the suicide card. He didn't do it. He didn't try to do it, but told her that, he would and told me that he would. And then when I was talking to him that day that he told me to go F myself, um, he told me that Maya had been nagging him so much that uh, he had been wanting to do that, to commit suicide. And I don't believe him. I don't believe him at all, to be honest. I really don't. I think he uses that as a ploy, as part of his narcissistic ways. Rick, I don't know. She will need their bottles. She'll need formula, diapers, uh, at least a week's worth of clothes for each kid. That way, she can do laundry at least once a week, while they're here. Plus a week's worth of clothes for her and, you know, whatever else she needs. I don't know what she would need. But I know little man would need his playpen to sleep in because um, I think Auburn would sleep with her. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been able to actually verbally talk to Maya. It's just been back and forth on Facebook, and I think it's just that way because, she doesn't necessarily want, you know, Trenton to hear her talking to me. I know uh, our problem is money. I thought, when she gets here, maybe calling Birthright and making an appointment with them to get her some, free formula and uh, free diapers. And then talking to my sister and seeing if, maybe, hey, Odyssey, how are you doing? Hi, Eddie. And talking to my sister to see if maybe my sister can get some clothes or something gathered up. I know Family Life Fellowship, they have something called Hannah's Closet to where they give out free clothes. So I'd be able to get them clothes and stuff. But, um, I guess she could always donate the stuff back, when she left, but it's just trying to figure out everything. I need to take that one off of there. I didn't even realize I still had that one on there. But Yeah, it's just it's a mess. It is a freaking mess. But so yeah, yeah, I'm also wanting to come up with like a headache box, have things in it to help get rid of headaches. A cold and flu box, maybe come up with an energy tea or an energy tincture. Um, and then maybe a weight loss box because I could really use that myself. But I don't know. Those are just things that I've been working on, things that I've ideas. I think I need some tattoo therapy. I think the pain would feel good right about now. And get the other half of my tattoo done, or the other quarter, or whatever. I don't know. Or the other 3/4, or I don't know. But I've got an idea for it. But hey, Little Creek, how are you doing? Why, hello. Nice of you to join us. Yes, and I'm out of vodka. And please tell her to save an emergency women children safe place. Number saved just in case she needs it, please. Yeah, that's the other thing. She does South Central Missouri. Yeah, you're with me. We're in North Central Missouri, Jerry. Um, so yeah, she'd have to put that number in her phone under a name or something like that. Something that Trenton wouldn't know, Trenton wouldn't recognize. That way, she wouldn't get in trouble for having something like that in there, if he was to search her phone or something like that. Oh, do you know where Macon, Missouri is? Because we are right around the Moberly-Macon area. Columbia, Missouri is about 45 minutes south-ish of us. We're about 45 minutes north of Columbia. Where are you from, Odyssey? That's awesome, Little Creek. That's kind of how I feel about Jeff. I'm his other half. Probably not the better half, but his other half. Odyssey, are you in Missouri? 4 hours north? Okay, so we're about 5-ish hours apart then. South Arkansas. Okay. How do you know Moberly, Missouri then, if you're from Southern Arkansas? That would be cool. Jeff City would be like the halfway mark for both of us, I think. Mhm. Yeah, we actually, Tractor Supply just bought out Orscheln's Farm and Home, and so they've been transferring all of the Orscheln Farm and Homes over to Tractor Supplies up here. And so Macon has been transferred over to a Tractor Supply, and then Moberly has been transferred over to a Tractor Supply. But I mean, that's been within like they've been working on the Moberly one, switching it over for phew, it feels like forever now. Orsol's, yeah. Well, it's a Tractor Supply now because Tractor Supply bought out Orsol's. So if you ever head back up this way, you'll see that it's a Tractor Supply. Oh yeah. Well, it hasn't been that long ago since we had a trip to Jefferson City because Jeff bought a piece of equipment. He bought a hay mower because ours went kaput. And so we had to drive all the way, I think it was past Jefferson City actually, but not by much, to pick up uh, that hay mower thingy. And then a little bit past Jefferson City is also where I originally picked up Maple, which is another thing where we don't think she took. Um, the cows have been taking turns kind of riding each other, so I honestly don't think any of them took. So we may not have any calves this year. I know Maple didn't take because she just the way she's acting and they've been trying the other female cows have been trying to ride her and vice versa, and we don't think Silver took, and the way the black cow was acting today, I don't think Sally took either. So I don't know if the Ebony took or not, but yeah, I know that really does stink because the neighbors had um done us a favor last year and had paid for 2 straws of sexed um, Jersey bull semen for heifers. And so Maple had a little heifer, but then Maple stepped on her and broke her back hip and pelvic area. And so now the little heifer that we were hoping to take away from Maple and raise as tame and as our official milk cow will never be able to be bred because her hips and everything and her pelvic area where her mom has stepped on her and crushed her won't be able to take her ever um, having a calf. And then so the second straw seems to not have taken. So that means we'll have to buy the we will have to buy some more sexed semen to redo Maple at some point in time. Used in bookbinding. Okay. What do you plan on using it for, Jerry? Are you gonna start like a bookbinding business thing or something, or what? Because that just sounds really cool. But yeah, It's not your fault, darling. It just sucks because I was really looking forward to Clarabelle being. Well, that is awesome. Do you have anything out there that you've already published, Jerry? I don't even. I'll have to ask Cooley and Joyce how much they paid so I can, figure it in somehow and see if we can't get a couple more straws and have them hold it for us because um, they do the insemination for us because they inseminate a lot of their cows too. So, but they're the best neighbors you could ever have. They're more like family than neighbors. I mean, they just, yeah, whenever, Chuck's home and Joyce and Cooley ain't, I'll be like, where's mom and dad at? Oh, well, they had to run to town and blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. And uh, Hunter calls Cooley Papa Cooley, Grandma Joyce. And so they're amazing people. Hmm. The other thing, what kind of cow is it? What about borrowing a bull? Do you have any neighbors nearby that have a bull that would be willing to bring you a bull for, maybe a certain amount? They could leave him in there for like a month or two. Ah, I understand that one too. Yeah. Jeff and Dakota went out and banded our little bull this past week, and so, or maybe it was last week. I don't remember. It was recent, and so now he's going to uh, no longer have balls, and he will be planned for freezer camp. So, but we always freezer camp our bulls because Joyce and Cooley always loan us a bull because it's easier for them to loan us a bull than for us to have our own bull. Because if we have our own bull, then he could just walk through the fence and breed Cooley's cows that Cooley doesn't want bred yet, and so on and so forth. So it's easier for Cooley and Joyce just to loan us a bull than us having to worry about us having a bull and it getting Cooley's cows. Ah, that's cool. Jerry, that is so cool. So do you still work in the print shop, or is that just something that you used to do? Yeah, I understand that. We've got 13 acres, and that's not black and red Angus. One of the best tasting ones that was created on our place was Charlet. Uh Silver is Charlet Limousine, Charlene Angus, something like that. Well, then she had a little white bull, and so he was Charlet, and That was the best tasting. The bowl that we'd had before that, not so much. I mean, the steaks and stuff, as long as you smothered them with seasoning, they were good. But like the ground beef wasn't the best. But the one we had last year, was good. So gas processing equipment. Okay. Wow. All over, huh? Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Little Creek. Um, I okay. Jeff says limousine Charlotte Cross. So there you go. But yeah, he was really good tasting. So yeah, I really like that one. Oh, but if any of you guys can think of a way of getting Maya from Bluefield, West Virginia, even if it's just 2 or 3 hours closer to Josh, that would be a big help. Josh lives in southern Indiana. So we need to figure out how to get Maya from Bluefield, West Virginia, halfway to southern Indiana. Yeah. I don't know, Jeff. I don't know if I've had an Angus cross or not. Have I? I know I really liked that limousine Charlet cross. That one was really good. My mom and dad even liked that one. Well, maybe, maybe. As long as it would only be for a few hours. I'll have to look into that. Okay, dear. Dairies, landfills, and coal mines. We have equipment in several countries and most states. She's my daughter-in-law. There's an issue going on, and so we're trying to get her here. Rebecca hasn't been in tonight. And then Ronald, he can't get into his accounts, so he's happened to use Rebecca's account. I guess that's a messed up thing. I don't know. But she doesn't have a driver's license. Um, and it would be her and a 1.5-year old and a 4-month-old. A Greyhound bus trip from Jacksonville, North Carolina to Columbia, Missouri will be somewhere between 31 and 40 hours with 5 layovers. You never told me that, Jeffrey. What was the Dairy Cross? Do you remember? My grandparents, they raised the red cows with the white faces. Herefords, I think is what they are. Yeah. So like a Holstein Angus cross. Hi, Annette. How you doing, darling? You changed it to Annie now? Okay. I might have to try to get you used to calling you Annie. So how's Australia? Is it starting to turn into your fall yet? My feetsies are getting cold. Oh, ugh. Annette, you still here? Hmm. Going okay. Fed up with the hot weather. Day 4 of temps over. No sign of cooler weather. Am late in. Is everything okay? Wow. See, that's where we would have to have a milker because my arthritis would not be able to take that. Um, airplane trip was going to be uh one trip was going to be 4.5 hours and the other trip was going to be 5.5 hours because you know because one of them was like the 4.5 hour one was like $210, but that was just for her and one kid. It wasn't letting me put the other kid on there. So I don't know what it would have, because the other kid would need a seat. And so I don't know. Just, I don't know. But, and then let's see, the 5.5 hour one was like $209 or something. That I think I've still got it up. Maybe. Oh, it's refreshing. Yeah, it says two traveler economy, but I need to say three traveler economy, but it won't let me put in two infants. So I don't even know. Hmm, that's cool, Jeffrey. See, when we had our goats, because of my arthritis, I mean, I could for a little bit, but then, it would, uh, after a little while, my hands would start aching, I'd have to switch hands and switch hands and switch hands, and so, Jeff came up with this, uh, handmade milker, and that was such a lifesaver, but something to do with a brake. Was it a brake bleeding tool, Jeff? Brake bleeder or something like that? And then tubes, and then the like a syringe. You take the top part out and then use just a plastic piece that has the numbers, and you connect that to the end of the tube, and then you put that up over their boobie and or teat. Put that up over their teat, and then use uh the brake bleeders to sit there and do this. And it somehow had more thingies that connected to a jar. And so when you're sitting there doing this, it's coming down and then going into the jar and filling the jar up. And it was awesome. Okay, Jerry. Well, hello, Butler Family Farm. How are you guys doing? So we ended up missing tree tapping time. So we didn't get that done, but seed planting is like right around the corner, like literally right around the corner. So we're gonna have to start getting our seeds started and everything, and oh, it's gonna be a mess. I need to, I need, I hate getting rid of my rabbit, but I need to get rid of my rabbit because I need that space. And I don't have anywhere else to really put him because he's in such a huge cage. My niece was supposed to take him, but I'm not certain what happened. Something about my sister made a deal with her that if she cleaned up her room, that she could have him, but then that was the last I heard. And so I think that was kind of one of those things where Summer knew Emma wouldn't clean her room, and so yeah. But Emma did just have a birthday, so I could just pop up over there with the rabbit and be like, "Happy birthday, Emma! Here's your birthday present from Aunt Wendy and Uncle Jeff." Where did you see those at, Jeffrey? Yes, we just have the one rabbit. He's a pet. He's not a he's not a like a breeding rabbit and getting into rabbits to raise for butchering, and he's not one of those. He's a dwarf something or other. I can't even remember what he is now. Really? Hmm. How would that work with our cows? Do you think they would like push on the bags and cause sap to overflow onto everything? Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. But for like the maple tree and everything up this way that the cows can't get, I mean, that would be cool. We could always do 5-gallon buckets on the trees too, instead of the milk jugs, because remember the cows were kind of smashing the milk jugs. Oh yeah, they'd love that. Jeff, how many cows do we have? Um, but what I was thinking is maybe next year, because we've already missed this year, but next year, taking some of those 5-gallon buckets and putting it underneath the spout, you know how the lids and you take that little thing off, kind of, and the sap can go down in there, but there's still be a lid on it. Well, we could wrap wire or something around the bucket to keep it connected to the tree. We can always put a drain on the 5-gallon bucket too. That way that 5-gallon bucket can just stay there and you just open the drain, put another 5-gallon bucket underneath it, drain that 5-gallon bucket into another 5-gallon bucket, and then bring that one up to the house, and then we boil it down. And then when that 5-gallon bucket's full again, you just drain it. But it'd have a lid on it, and it just have a hole or something that that's probably an even better idea because yeah, yeah, they can't be too far above that. But see, that was kind of one of the problems that we ran into when we were doing the milk jugs is the milk jugs, yes, they are harder plastic than, a plastic bag, but the milk jugs are nothing for a cow's head. And so the cows were constantly messing with the milk jugs and yeah, it wasn't good. So trying to think of something that, the cows can't. That's what I'm thinking. A 5-gallon bucket, ratchet strapped to the tree, but that 5-gallon bucket has a spout on it that you can, like you do with the blue barrels. Whenever we have to fill up the chicken water, you just turn that little thingy and yeah, yeah, they know hot wire. But the only problem is the trees are placed throughout the farm. And so we don't have enough of the hot wire things to, go around each tree because, we've got a tree, you know, uh, we've got two trees down here in the corral pen, but then the next one isn't until you get ready to go into the hayfield. And so having to connect wire that far, that would be, and then the other walnut trees are up by the pond, the rope hot wire. Hmm. We can plant a grove. The only problem is by the time they grew up big enough for us to tap them, we'd be dead. I didn't even know they had nylon wire for hot wire. I thought it was always just a thin wire. No. Well, we mainly tap walnut trees. We only have, well, technically we have two sugar maples, but the other one is just a very small tree that we planted several years ago. And so, okay, Little Creek, you have a nice night, sweetheart. It was nice meeting you too. And so, we tried, we did tap the one maple, but we didn't get very much maple syrup off of it to be worth anything. So it was just the one tree. But we have lots of walnut trees on our place. And so we do tap the walnut trees and the syrup from it is amazing. We tried to tap our sycamore trees because you can tap those, but I don't know if it was just the wrong time for them or if you have to tap them later or I need to do some more research on tapping the sycamores. Oh, the black walnut syrup is amazing. It kind of has a slight butterscotch taste to it. I mean, oh, it was so good. But the hole, you only want to drill a hole in, is it, Jeff, it's what, 3/4 of an inch into the tree? But that's as far deep as you want to go. Bye, Rick. Hugs, baby. But I think it was you drill 3/4 of an inch into the tree. Was it really that deep? I didn't think it was that deep. Okay. I just remembered that you had the drill bit and then you had the black tape wrapped around it, but it didn't look like it was wrapped around that far up. And then I know that smaller. I know that as Jeff said, you only want to tap the tree within, 3 feet up off the ground, somewhere between 3 feet and below. And then you get your tree tapping spike thingies and yeah, the spiles, and you softly, mallet hammer those into the tree because you don't want to, them stuck in the tree permanently. And then you also don't want to use the same hole every year. Like one year, if you do one up here, then the next year you'd want to do one, down here, and then the next year one up here, and the next year one down here, and like, all the way around the tree. But you don't want to drill out the same hole every year. And the tree, it heals itself, so the holes won't stay there. They heal themselves. So you wouldn't have to, worry about, you know, the tree, dying from you tapping it and stuff like that. Um, what was it? A tree that's like 1 foot around. What kind of trees do you have, Jerry? Are they walnut? You want to start tapping the trees when it is above freezing during the day and below freezing at night. Okay, the black walnut you can tap, maple you can tap, sycamore you can tap. Um, there's others that you can't tap, like hickory trees you can't tap. You can make a syrup out of their bark, but you have to boil their bark. You can't actually tap the tree. Um, I don't, I don't see. Excuse me. Okay. Um, okay, sugar maples, black maples, red maple, silver maple, Norway maple, box elder, big leaf maple, big tooth maple, Rocky Mountain maple, um, Goroso is a species of maple tapped in Korea, which we aren't in Korea, so we don't have to worry about that one. Um, Birch trees, which we don't have any birch trees on our place. So, um, paper birch, yellow birch, black birch, river birch, gray birch, European white birch, um, alder trees, because they're in the birch family. Um, walnut trees, which I just said because that's what we tap. Um, so black walnut, butternut, heart nut, boo art nut, English walnut, sycamore trees, linden trees, which is basswood, Ironwood trees. And I guess technically you can tap hickory trees. Hickory trees can be tapped for syrup, but these days that's not how hickory syrup is made. A producer called Wildwood Syrup is selling hickory syrup commercially and produces more than 30,000 bottles annually. Their product is wild foraged, but it's made by boiling hickory bark to extract its flavor and then adding cane sugar. Though it does produce an interesting smoky and woodsy flavor, it's not from tapped hickories. Elm trees, it says, though supposedly tappable and listed as a syrup tree even by county extension agents, elms have their own problems. Dutch elm disease is destroying elm trees by the millions, and adding to that stress by puncturing the bark and potentially contaminating healthy trees is just irresponsible. Uh, Palm syrup, coconut palm syrup, and very just about any deciduous tree can be tapped in the spring. They all should produce some amount of sap as the freeze-thaw cycle brings sap up to the buds in spring. The above list is based on credible references or my own experience. I also found references to tapping a number of other trees, but I'm skeptical about these claims. Poplar trees. One reference mentions tapping poplar trees, but there are a number of other factional errors in the post that leave me skeptical. Poplar trees are used to make balm of Gilead, which leads me to believe their sap is gummy and resinous. I would think so too. They also note that the sap of black locust, smoke trees, staghorn sumac, and buckthorn are toxic and should not be tapped for syrup. Okay, so do not tap black locust, smoke tree, staghorn sumac, and buckthorn. The sap from those trees are toxic. So yeah, sugar maple, black maple, red maple, silver maple, Norway maple, box elder, big leaf maple, big tooth maple, Rocky Mountain maple, Goroso, paper birch, yellow birch, black birch, gray birch, European white birch, alder, black walnut, butternut, heartnut, art nuts, English walnuts, elm, sycamore, linden, ironwood, hickory, and palm. Those are the trees you want to tap. So actually, I mean, you're right on us needing to plan better for the walnuts because I mean we do have a lot of walnut trees, you know, and that one year that we tapped some walnut trees, we didn't tap all the walnut trees on our place. There were still several more trees we could have tapped. I don't think we tapped the ones up by the pond. And then, the one closer to, Gary's area where I always pick the blackberries, there's like 1 or 2 walnut trees there, I think, that we didn't get tapped. Plus, we could always sneak over and tap that one of that's on Gary's too, but that'd be a pain in the butt having to haul it back through the fence. Make sure you research which ones can be tapped, Jerry. Um, for your safety and everything, walnuts, maples, uh, it's kind of best to kind of stick with those, in the sycamores. Um, but but anyway, that is, I guess, our conversation for tonight. So, I am, I guess, gonna go ahead and get off of here. And um, if Josh, if you're still listening, I will text back and forth with you on the Maya situation. And if any of you guys know someone in uh, near Bluefield, West Virginia, that would be willing to drive Maya a little bit closer, towards the Indiana area, I would appreciate you letting me know. Um, email, whatever you need to do. But in a way, we love you guys. As always, stay curious, stay kind, stay subscribed. Good night, guys.